This is just a temp one, so it includes a frame counter and inputs. Yeah, that map on the right, that is... It's wrong right now. I don't really expect it to be right. And that now it looks really good. So the important thing to know is that pretty much all text in this category uses X to advance it. Except stuff done by Yuzu and Tampa. They use A and B for some reason.
That's actually a very good map, wow.
Yeah. Very nice. That entire screen was Tampa. Feels like you're losing a bunch of frames here. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so of course, one big thing that differentiates TASing from RTA is they can press up, down, left, and right all at the same time, which you can't do on a normal controller. And that has a number of advantages.
Like walking through the wall.
Yeah, walls become more of a suggestion than a...
Oh no, I missed a tile type. Actually, no, I think that might be fixed now. Get 2-pot here. That was Yuzu who did this room, and yeah, entirely Yuzu. Although there were, like, early on, I would sometimes redo what Yuzu did to, like, moonwalk there. Like, he just wobbled to the door. I was like, you know what, I want... So I redid that room. Later on, it was like, this is a lot of work to redo. I'm just gonna let Yuzu have what he wants. No, I never did it as, like, disrespect. Just like, you know what, I like moonwalking, so I did it a lot. And here we're using that room to... Oh, I don't even know how to... I can't explain any of this quickly enough. Yeah, you just use the door, and you have to do a couple more transitions to get sprites back in sync, otherwise you just hard lock here. For some reason, if the game can't see Zelda, it's just like, oh well. Which I don't really get, because if you come from the bottom, Zelda behaves pretty normally.
So now you'll be going to Eastern. Most of this route is using the RT. Oh, this is nice zip right there. Is using the route we use in RTA.
The macro routing is entirely RTA, and that's not just because of laziness. We tested a lot of things, and it was you guys just got it right.
Yeah.
That oh my god, I keep calling this that Octo route is actually about 5 frames faster overall than taking the rest of the damage inside of Eastern Valley. So yeah, this is going to be crazier than... This is the craziest thing that gets to be shown today. All kinds of things that aren't possible RTA, and right there is the biggest mistake. Lose 12 frames climbing those stairs when we could just walk over them and avoid the trigger. And I can't tell you how much I hate this Salphos right here. Getting him moving properly. Oh my god, that took forever. That was an intentional death to reset the
that fixes... Yeah. I was gonna say you couldn't go and do this trick from where you were. This is one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, 190 is the total number of frames. Right. So, like, It's a sub. Math is hard. How many minutes is this?
It's very quick.
There we go. Sword up arm with his butt. I hate that blue guard too. Oh my god! I think we have to waste a frame there to get him off frame a little bit. Let's just walk past him.
Yeah, so what happened with that Armos fight is, I guess it considers them all dead if they're off camera.
Yeah, yeah, it had to keep scrolling the camera down, otherwise the pendant just gets stuck in the wall. And here's the last visit to Sanctuary.
Yeah, it's funny how useless the Sanctuary actually is. We don't use it, but there in the RTA route as well.
This is about to get really fun.
For the, I remember this when routing in RTA, like this mushroom and this heart piece are just so isolated, and it took us a while to figure out when it was best.
It took me forever to notice, and I wanted to end with 0 rupees. Honestly, I really wish that we could just like sit here for a million hours and watch this frame by frame with memory watch, so I can talk about like every little tiny optimization. So there's a lot of things that you just cannot notice, like what we do there. Could you tell that we clipped into the rail because of the pit collision, so that we could get boosted down and save like 1 or 2 frames?
Definitely could not.
Well, we did. So right now we're just... I shouldn't even explain this because this is all explained in the submission text. I'm not even joking. I explained all this, and I really want to talk more about like the process itself. This was a really sad day because the Cloud World manipulation we saw on Max Rain, that just removed it. It was like 700 frames faster, something, which worked out because of how we eventually end up doing those bosses anyway. Here's another tiny optimization. We jump right on the cave and like get a couple pixel boosts.
Yeah, every indoor room in the game is, well, I probably shouldn't say every, but most of them are all linked together on the same map. So if you can get out of bounds, you can just walk around between them. Pretty convenient.
This is a fun one. It does make it so much more sense with the map. Like, now we're in Spectacle Rock. No, that Dead Rock RNG was perfect and beautiful.
Yeah, we
was like 1 frame faster.
It actually wants to die soon, so all the damage taken has been quite intentional. Where's Link? This is a bad TAS.
I'm voting
oh,
there.
okay, there he is.
This entire dungeon is just stolen from an old video of Yuzu's.
Yeah, I remember when he posted this, and I was just like, what is happening?
Stolen from 2 videos? Because there was an improved route.
Yeah, but there's a death hole right there, just dying on the same frame that the game is trying to load the next room with the
Okay, so
hole.
fun fact, you see how the camera's broken with those doors right there? If you hit the transition, it just acts like normal when you end up on the other side.
Oh wow.
Yes, Taj, because it was stolen originally before he was co-author. Oh, that spike clip is doable RTA. Just hit the spike and hold upright. Of course, we do more than that, and we kind of use it for boosts. So that entire helmet fight that was Yuzu, and like I don't know how he did it so well. It was like 200 frames faster than the best thing I could do.
Wow. That definitely was an incredible fight.
Crystal optimization, like it's just so dumb. You just have to try literally every pixel. You can't use like your intuition to be like, oh well, I know this is a good catch, so I'm just gonna stick around here. No, you have to try things that are gonna be terrible catches, like something that if you did RTA, people would laugh at you or call you Chris. But in this, you just have to try everything. If I didn't try everything, I would have lost a bunch of time because I wouldn't have found the maiden going invisible. Here's where it gets a lot different from RTA. You guys normally go to Death Mountain, but we'll take a quick little detour. And now we're in Skullwoods. And this is that statue there by the entrance. It like saved my sanity because I found a time save later on. It just doesn't work because of that statue.
Oh wow.
And now we're in Bumper Cave because entrances are part of room properties. This was entirely like it's just so perfect that we can get 10 rupees there, an advanced surprise pack so that we can get a red rupee later. But that movement was all Yuzu. It was really good too. I really love it. And then this, it's faster to go past it and use spin speed or hook speed. I love it. This script I missed a couple things, so it has the wrong layer there, but that should be fixed when it's actually published by TAS Videos. And this was a thing that Yuzu found, just like, randomly. I was like, hey, it was a cool thing, and I think it was before I even got to that part in the TAS. Honestly, this little encode was good because now we don't have to explain all the. Not to explain where Link actually is. You can just look to the right. One of the things I still think we made a couple mistakes on is that the difference between when you should dash and when you should walk is a lot like harder to find in a TAS than RTA. This was like 700, 200, some hundred frames faster. Here's another sad part. We need more magic, so I have to kill that guy there. And the time spent killing him means it's really hard to see the blob clipping. Yeah, dark red sections are pits. They're just any pit. But, like, the pits right there in Thieves Town, those were ones that came from corruption.
Nice red mail. We could theoretically be doing that. Well, not even theoretically. We definitely could be doing that in RTA, but it's just way harder than the other option.
Yeah. Here's a fun blind fight. Technically could be faster, but then you can't hit the crystal. Honk. Teleport.
Nice teleport.
Things like a misconception. Grabbing walls during boss explosions. Best case scenario, 1 or 2 frames. Diagonal all you want during boss explosions. The game is so laggy, it just doesn't matter. Okay, if I put a TAS against Zelma's best run ever, it would blow it out of the water. Even the old 2009 TAS does that. This isn't one of those games where RTA can compete with TASing at all. Unlike Super Mario Bros., where TAS is only like 2 seconds faster.
I wonder if you get first try.
I don't think so.
Oh man, wow.
Whoa.
How lucky.
Can you believe that everyone playing randomizer does the chess game wrong by going to the middle chest?
No.
Like, that was 20, I think it was like 20 frames faster for the TAS.
I think even in RTA, players went for the middle chest, so like I think if you looked at...
Yeah, they do. RTA is like 5 frames faster. Although Glan does it properly. That's why he got first try. But here's another mistake. Only cost 1 to 3 frames, but bad menu. But it doesn't matter because of the digging game. Which is, I'll just let you see it. That usually found that little teleport, and I really, really like it.
This is also doable real time. This zip. It only saves like half a second or something though.
No, it saves like
still.
No, it saves like a full second in the TAS. It saves a full second.
Yeah, in the TAS.
Yeah, but it's okay. Think of it this way: you have to jump down no matter what. RTA. The only thing that's going to make you save less time than a TAS is how quickly you press A.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I didn't redo after that digging game. That was 33 frames more efficient than anything else we could come up with. And I was just like, okay, I'm putting a moratorium here. We're not going backwards at all. Not anymore. In the beginning, I was very liberal with beeps. But I thought, I wonder if this might get annoying. There's one part later where I was going to have the word TAS spelled out in Morse code with beeps, but I never told Yuzu about it, so he deleted it when he redid the section, and I never put it back because it didn't actually sound recognizable at all. So it's like, whatever, it doesn't... That entrance is really weird because when you exit, you're actually slightly in the tree by like 2 pixels.
Oh wow.
So what's weird with like the dwarf and other auto talks is that like shops, it talks to you before you actually hit the pixel where you talk. So that's why I was in the door, because the next pixel, which was a 6-frame movement pixel porting, would have been where it starts talking. And obviously I felt like burning down the bar. The cyan box is the current visible camera, and it's a mini-map. The yellow square is where Link is. What you see on screen won't always match where Link actually is. No, I wasn't blasting the flute in his ears, I was playing him a soothing melody. He's sick, and I thought he might like it. Here, we're intentionally losing a frame to show off this cool hookshot glitch. Yeah. And then this is an idea I like vaguely had, but Yuzu it was like, this works. It's so good.
Nice. This game has well-functioning walls.
I just love that so much. It's so good.
So here, you're going to go in this building, and most people are going to assume you're getting the heart piece, but I think you actually go for the ice rod here.
This is the tech I was talking about in Skull Woods from Eastern Palace. I moved up a little bit more, and it puts me right at the wall instead of a little bit inside the wall and farther to the right. And as soon as I found that, I was like, oh god, I have to redo pod. I have to redo section after pod. Went to check and I wasn't able to do it, so I'm pretty sure it's because of the statue. I don't know who asked the question, but red frames or lag frames? This game lags a lot. About 17% of this game is lag.
Yeah, it lags a ton.
Here's another thing that everyone does wrong. Look how low you can start a fake powder.
Does everyone do it wrong, or do just some people do it wrong?
Literally everyone except you.
Okay.
Okay, so you shouldn't go that low RTA, but like 1 tile higher should account for any human error. You can actually, it's too bad you can't really hear it, but, I think on that flute map, I actually go through every option. You can go through every option. You can do, like, every option twice or something. It's not really RTA tech, but, you can alternate directions to move more than once every other frame. You can move every frame on the flute map by doing like right down, right down, right down.
Yeah, the flute is very responsive. I wish the pause menu was that way.
I tried to start a dash earlier there, but what happened was I dropped the chest between text. And then he's just like, oh, you don't have the chest anymore. That teleports RTA valuable if you get the right pixel, which is awesome, the first one.
Oh, really?
Yes, you should know that. If you transition on the right pixel, you just hold down left, and you shoot up.
That's pretty cool. Might
I
look
was
into
like
that.
anal retentive about like inputs, so I wouldn't do an input where I didn't have to do it. You usually didn't care as much, but except for text mashing, where I specifically use L and R just because they're not used. I just felt like I didn't want inputs where they didn't belong. So like all my dashes, they're exactly 30 frames away. Yeah, this is Breath of the Wild. That's why we were spamming flute a lot. I like this because that it glitches the camera up, which saves a bunch of frames of lag from the Kadongo and stuff. And it's like 20 frames faster for movement.
So you can't see Link, but he actually teleported and then hovered over the gap
It was
into the arena.
faster, which is amazing. There's a lot of things that were like a tiny bit faster that were so much cooler.
I bet Andy can't do that one.
Okay, it's actually, so you can't just teleport. I hit my mic. I hope you like that sound, if it made one. You can't just teleport, you actually have to dash buffer the teleport. So, you'd have to like, hold down right and A at the same time, and you have to like, do that hover motion at all while you're holding down left. It's just down right. It would, if anyone does that RTA, I'd be impressed. Yeah, I called out Andy. Andy doesn't even run this game anymore. Guess how many world records he holds? Andy doesn't consider anything a challenge. Andy said, as soon as my swordless world record's beat, I will go back to running swordless. And then it was beaten by Glam, then Gerdo, then FSG, and he still hasn't come back to swordless.
Poor Andrew.
And here's the best fight in the game. Well, not the best, but
I would say that was one of the best. That was
I think Argus
blink and you miss it. Argus is pretty good too.
Argus is -1 cycle. He doesn't even get to do the 0 cycle. Couldn't get rid of that crystal, but for some reason, and I don't know why, I couldn't even reproduce it. The movement I did to grab the crystal just saved 12 frames total upon exit. How many A press in this task though? I will tell you. Just let me open up the movie file. Where'd it go?
I'm guessing it wasn't half an A press, so I mean.
Gate input log.
I'm voting meh.
Open. Control F. A. Count. 13,718 frames have the A button pressed. Sounds about right. This one really got on my nerves after the task was submitted because this guy posted a thing from blank. He was like, couldn't this be faster? And I was like, oh god, I think it could be faster. But then when I redid it, it turned out to not be. It turned out to be like even at best because of the pyramid exit, which was like 250 frames faster entering pyramid. But to actually escape pyramid in one go, we need the mirror to be just slightly lower. Yeah, people have done this game. You can do this game without any pressures.
The problem with that is no one likes playing without the boots.
No, the problem with that is that no one likes any percent EG because it's a bad category.
Also that.
I love that pyramid walk. And I really like this, where we go down and get a key for that door right there. It's very important that we enter on the top layer. And then you see how that map, that is not wrong. That is not a problem with my script. That is actually how the collision looks.
Yeah, plaid collision is messed up, to say the least.
And then the collision looks normal. It's like, that's not actually the collision we see because I still need to understand it better. Why is it looking where it's looking? That Vidi fight could be 5 frames faster, but let me finish. It ended up losing time on Trinex because like 2 frames were lost to lag, and then because we had 3 frames, we were susceptible to a frame rule.
Oh wow.
I wasn't even like annoyed because Tampa found a 5 frame improvement like right as we were finishing up this section. I was like, okay, that's not really hard to go back. I tried to have as much fun with bosses dying, but you know what? When you rewatch it as many times as I have, it's just whatever. Boring. I wonder how many times I've actually seen Link dash through all these rooms. This is where the Landmo RTA route improvement comes. Landmo was annoying because, like, optimizing the hits is not hard, but instant flag isn't really controllable. You know, you just have to keep doing it in different ways until you got something that was good. And then hilariously, you can use spin speed there. I don't know why you're so awed and silenced. You've seen this before, Josh.
I have seen this before.
And then, so that sword slash, and then we skip this cutscene. And now the camera's also following Link. So we get to keep canceling Aghanim's animations, which is just amazing. And this is what really sold the Plaid World skip for Landmo and Aghanim.
Yeah, because in the RTA route we
and just look at that, look, lightning is there for like 2 frames and then he teleports.
In the RTA route we stay in Plaid World for both Lamolus and Aghanim, but
yeah, I was a bit annoyed at first because I had to redo all that when I was like, wait, if we're not doing these in Plaid World, then we don't need the hard reset after Bombos.
yeah.
Like, as luck would have it, like, I redid the Moth fight first try. It didn't take me like 3 days like it did before. You just have like 40 seconds of text. And then, if you look at the inputs, you'll see I was spamming flute there, but you couldn't hear it, which made me sad. I like that bomb placement. It took a while to find, but it's just so satisfying how early you can place the bomb here.
This is the change we actually brought to the RTA run.
It's actually a bit more change though, because the
Yeah.
rerouting, because like my initial change was like a really dumb spike cave, but you guys can get the cape pretty losslessly.
Yeah.
And then here's something that you kept ignoring me on. Watch where Link dashes to hit the bonk.
Go okay.
I don't know why, but that's less. I don't know why, but that's less lag.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe less of the stuff is on camera.
This was like a really search for thing after you found someone. I was like, hey, can you use this vertical door tech to do some Marios? It's like, I don't think so. And then like he got back to me a couple days later. Okay, I have something, and that let us get from Lumberjack to Desert, which is a huge improvement.
Yeah, that was really
and then
fast.
I love the way Link looks there. The cool black shades. Hey, look at the tile map. Did you notice how under the bridge that it was just floor? Oh, yeah, there's a little mustache man under Vitreous. There's like a little looks like a speech bubble with a mustache and eyebrows. I never noticed that, but I think you could hover into EG from the lower layer of the bridge room.
Yeah, that would make sense, I guess.
And then I like this part because like we don't have to rearm EG again because go down, and then we use those stairs to walk right into it. And then here we have like 90 frames of lag, 9,000 frames of lag from those roads.
Yeah.
No, just boring text. Oh, for some, it's the next one, the next crystal, I had to go back because I dashed at a point that I shouldn't have dashed, and it saved like 12 frames to not dash. And then when I got to Catfish after Trinex, it was like, why am I 30 frames ahead? Or something like that. Just... The Trinex crystal is grabbed about like 5 frames later than what I got from walking, like 5 frames total overall. Even though it was 12 frames faster to walk, like right here instead of not dashing. And it just saves frames magically. Whoa! I don't get it. I think this was a crystal that you grabbed, and like if you were to see Link, it looks really bad for a grab, but it would most optimal.
Oh, interesting.
That or maybe it was Ice Palace. For some reason, I really optimized the movement, like, out of there, like, thinking I would save a frame, but I completely forgot about how when you mirror, you have some iframes that you have to wait for. So I kind of did that for nothing. And here comes, like, my favorite thing. This weird movement with a teleport that just does this water skipping right here. It saves 23 frames over walking through the water. And I don't know why. I don't know why it works, really, but I love it.
That's technically doable, real time.
I've done it before real time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not actually holding R, I'm actually spamming R and L back and forth, and literally the only is because I wrote a script to make these unused buttons get use. I could have done this entire task without L, R, or X, but I wanted them in there. They're nice buttons. Yeah, I know I'm not happy about the 1 extra rupee either, but it doesn't give any lag, so there's no point in getting rid of it after I was so far by. Slashing the sword up there lets you actually quick hop. It saves like 5 frames overall. Swimming is dumb. Okay, if you modify the controller to do inputs, this is technically doable real time. This took a very long time, but so there is so little lag in this room when there's normally so much lag. It was, I think it was like 3 frames of lag total for that room.
You talking about the conveyor room?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest rooms in this.
Yeah, but like 3 frames of lag and like most other times getting like 40 or something done. And here's where a weird thing like moving after throwing a bomb. I originally thought it was like you always had to wait a certain number of frames, but it seems to be like frame rule based on when you throw the bomb.
Okay.
And also for some reason changed our dash. And then gold stairs is a joke. Okay, no, that wasn't. That was a slightly odd catch. It was like a little bit below a dive. I agree. I think Cold Stare was the least messed up boss.
Yeah, definitely.
The room isn't even broken. And here's just some crazy fast swimming. So I'd done swimming, but then I got to Hobo and I was like, okay, if I don't swim pump, I can get to a certain note that back the thing. I can get to a certain speed and then start swim pumping, and then it maintains that speed. So you have to move slowly. I also noticed that, like, if you try to swim the wrong direction first, then quickly start, then change one frame after, it would sometimes be more efficient. I think in this case it wasn't, but in a couple movement patterns it was. And that's the last swimming. There's no more swimming in this run.
Yeah, I think you're gonna break swamp completely open.
Yeah, this is pretty much just the usual route, except right here, I sent him my file and then went to bed, and then overnight he found this improvement to the route that I didn't even know about. Because normally, like, if you find the video on his YouTube, he enters through the left, he enters up and ends up in the right door, but he manipulated the camera a bit more to transition into the middle. And then, yeah, don't blink here or you'll miss Argus.
There was an Argus fight? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, the same thing we saw in Max Rain, but taken to the extreme. I actually didn't. I just planned to do a normal zero cycle, but then Yuzu said something like, "Argus is pathetic. You don't even have to do anything, and he jumps." And it's like, what are you talking about? You have to lure him off screen. Then I investigated a little. It's like, oh my god, you don't have to do anything, and he just jumps. You have to move a few pixels towards him for him to, like, go active, but not the puffs, and then just dash north. You don't have to dash north, but I did. And then here's what I very begrudgingly called dam percent. Because you get a bunch of items for the dam, and while it's really kind of cool, it's boring. That was Cane of Burner. Cape. We're doing this in a very specific order so that we don't respawn any of these items. Otherwise, in my opinion, it would be a breach of the rules of no heart keeping. Oh, look at that anti-fairy skip. That is Line Shut. And this wrong work brings us to the red boomerang. Mire Shed. Mimic Cave. I don't actually know where this next heart piece is from. I think that was Digging Game. And here, this next overworld segment, I think we had a lot of fun with. In the Dark World. It went through quite a few iterations before getting where it was. I was just like, oh man, if we could... I was talking with you and I was like, oh man, if we could just, get on this ledge properly, we could zip. So we looked at it, and was like, okay, I found a spot where we can jump and zip. It's only a few frames faster, but then we just kept improving it.
Got another rainbow egg and invite.
Yeah, this is where I think honestly the coolest glitch I actually discovered this year is you don't get to see it, but I was able to turn the Ganon ghost into a style. Little, what are the bush styles?
Yeah.
Like that is so cool.
Unfortunately, that lost time to do right.
Oh yeah, because it had 255 HP. That's a Mario block. Saves 2 frames. It does. It doesn't make any sense, but it saves 2 frames. And that took a long time to get. I couldn't even. It took me forever to figure out that it was even possible. I was like, oh my, I can't get this. Has anyone ever seen Ganon stop early on the right side? And you'll notice in P2 that I poked a very specific place on Ganon repeatedly. Entirely intentional. It also took forever to get that little derpy Link face during the Frozen part. I absolutely had to have Link during his dopey looking poke animation. I wanted it, and it took so long to actually get it, and with good RNG.
The quad.
And this is like a good 1% of the task. This might not even be optimized, I just ran the script. Oh man, they're asking for RTA time. That means I have to go back and find just the mission text. RTA time is 51, 56, and 4 frames.
In 4 frames.
Yeah, that's important. Okay, people are saying in 4 frames. Okay, guys, there were days where I spent like 5 hours to save 4 frames. 4 frames is a lot. So is like probably at least 60 frames of improvement in random places that I know. But like after it was done, I was like, okay, I'm not looking anymore. I don't want to know. It's just if you redo something, you have to redo everything manually after it. And even though you can splice inputs in, you still have to go through and check. I don't sing. I don't like singing. I hate my singing voice. I hate my voice. And people who know me be like, then why were you in men's choir in high school? Well, that's because no one could hear me, because, it all blended together. No matter how awful I sounded, there's some real good people.
So what's coming up next?
I don't know.
Is max % light world, I guess.
Yeah, but I need junk food in me.
You need junk food?
Yeah, like Nilla wafers.
Next will be Max Percent Light World, run by Espion, commentated by Glenn.
Wow, I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, it should be fun. I've never seen a Max Percent Light World run, so...
Guess when the layout for this TAS was made?
I don't know.
10 hours ago.
Nice.
I was just like, uh-oh, I forgot that the TAS is going to be extra wide. Should we leave or should we wait until Glance here and say hi?
I guess we can wait until Glenn's here. Maybe. I don't know.
Gotta say hi to Glenn.
Glenn, I don't think I've ever heard his voice either. So I'm like hearing all sorts of new voices today. Whoa.
What is going on that screen? Espion, what did you do?
I did not make the TAS. I don't have enough patience to TAS this game.
I don't either anymore. Oh my god, I hate this game. Did you know that Link's hand isn't just like some dumb block? He's pointing down.
And Glenn has joined the channel, and he'll be commentating Espion's Max Percent Light World race. What's up, Glenn?
Bye, Glenn.
Alright, hello everyone. So this is going to be Max Percent Light World, so the goal is to do as much completion as you can, which is upgrades of items, equipment, boss kills, dungeon completions, all that stuff. But the restriction is you can't ever go onto a Dark World overworld screen, even in fake Dark World. So what's possible to obtain like that